So again, now that we've finished and completed step number 9 and it matches our financial statements, we have to complete our very, very last one, which is to complete your post-closing trial balance. So again, post-closing trial balances is going to be primarily focused on your accounts, of course. So in this case, you do have an option where you can choose to either test whether all your main accounts reflect the same or all of your individual accounts. Because at the end of the day, your credits and your debits should match. So in this case, since it is a short one, let's go ahead and just go ahead and copy over the information for your main accounts in your previous trial balance. The only difference is some of the numbers should actually change. So for in this case, you can actually test this theory by copying your balance sheet, because your balance sheet essentially is going to be reflecting of what your trial balance is, except again you're not testing whether your assets and your liabilities and equity match. You're just testing whether your debits and your credits match after your post-closing. But as we know, when you do your post-closing, you no longer have any accounts that go right under your equity accounts. So everything is just zeroed out at that point. So your trial balance would be one of the ones that you can copy, because the values here should not have changed. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and copy this. I'm not going to copy the form. I'm just going to copy my cells that are in there, and I'm going to paste it into my post-closing trial balance, just like this. Okay, so those are all my assets. Of course, I have my liabilities, so I'm going to go back to my trial balance and copy over my liabilities. Are you guys there?
Yeah.
Sorry, very, 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 very quiet today.
Yeah, no, I'm just watching. I'm like looking at you and then looking back. So sorry.
My dog's
Okay.
walking around. So.
Okay. So as you can see, my balances did not copy over, so I may have to go back and just copy that section over again. And then lastly, you should have owner's equity. Okay. And then these are going to equal sum. Okay, so I gotta copy and paste my values from this one over. It did not copy. You don't have enough on yours? That's weird. I didn't add anything in there.
Oh, you know why? Because I messed up the sheet originally. So when I was copying everything.
So in this case, I pasted my stuff in there. It's not grabbing the information, so I'm just cell referencing all of my values and copying them over.
All right, sorry. I've messed my whole sheet up. So because yesterday I did it differently than you guys did. So that's why I have.
Oh, okay.
No space. Yeah. So I don't know. I might just have to type while you guys.
Because we are, yeah, the one
I
thing
got
you
all
had
the
to
way to
do
loans.
is we're going to have to go over through every single one.
Yeah, I got all the way to loans, and then I ran out of space. Let me.
Okay.
Hmm.
What happened?
Where did you end off?
Well, you have different names over there, like under your account names. So
What
I'm just
names are different?
okay. Hang on. I'm gonna, my amounts match. Okay. Got Goodwill twice. Then all of your. I'm just trying to see the bottom half. Where did you copy and paste that from? I know you said your things didn't carry over.
Oh
Your
my gosh, you're right. I
account
have a.
names, they're different, right? Am I crazy?
No, no, you're not crazy. You're
Okay,
right.
I'm
I
like,
don't know why
how
my
is that
stuff
possible? Why
copied.
are they so different, but the amounts are the same? Like, I'm very confused.
You're right.
Okay,
That's so weird. I copied my okay, okay, so this part's obviously okay, so Goodwill here is correct.
but the below it should be
Yeah. Should be
your accounts payable, Visa payable, all of those, right?
mhm.
Okay. And then, all right, and then I have to add the owner's equity, which is what I saw you talking about. Okay. Dane.
Wow, you're right. I tried to paste that copy and paste. I didn't even paste it in here. Thank you for that. So Visa payable.
Oh, there we go.
So in this case, there's not that many accounts left. So I use the main accounts because again, since we're reaching the end of the conclusion, the main accounts we've already summed up. We've already done our duties, right? We've already we already did it. We've already completed it in the adjusted trial balance as well as everything else. Now what we know here is that all the numbers that we've changed, right, throughout from our adjusted trial balance has not changed. Sorry, excuse me. So again, so our numbers should be final, and we did not even touch any of that in the ledger as well. The only numbers that we actually tampered with was the equity account, the revenues account, and the expense account. So in this case, what my assumption is, I'm going to go ahead and use my balance sheet because my balance sheet does reflect my main accounts. Okay. And I basically transferred that over into my post closing trial balance. All right. And the only thing that's actually changed is my actual owner's equity account. If I were to go into my owner's equity account on my ledger, it reflects that it should be 2849504. Okay. So again, my balances in my main accounts for my assets did not change. And of course, same thing to my liabilities. My loans did not change. My accounts payable, my Visa payable, all of that are still the same. The only thing that's different is going to be your owner's equity, which we verified when we placed the difference and added up our totals here. It turns out that they are even on both sides, and we completed our post closing trial balance. So again, Robin, I can go. Robin, I will go through every account with you. So we have the bank account
Okay.
for the 2859.30. We have the accounts receivable
Mm-hmm.
for the 4,316. I'm sorry, $437.16.
Okay.
Okay. The office supplies are going to be for 80. Inventory for 709.33.
Business supplies, I have
Business
the
of
211. Oh, you're
211.7.
over there. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the other, your post-closing trial balance sheet. Sorry.
Yes. Is that what you're? Is that what we're?
Yeah,
I
I'm
thought.
looking to see if I have everything you have on the post-closing trial balance.
Okay, so again, your post closing trial balance is going to look more or less identical to your balance sheet.
Right. Okay.
So whatever values you have for your balance sheet, which you could have also done this. You could have just made a copy of your balance sheet, and then instead of having your total assets and your total liabilities and your equity, you could have just summed the columns
Okay. And
to
see, that's
save
what
you
I
even
did.
more
I
time.
skipped over those columns and they were gone, so that's why I didn't have them. So the total asset column, the total.
Okay, so you okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's all. I just want to make sure I have what you have, and I just stop right there. Don't move anything. I want to make sure the accounts payable. I have the payroll. Okay.
And then your equity.
Yeah,
Uh,
I
uh,
have.
uh,
I don't have any numbers there. Why don't I have numbers? Owner's equity. Let me pull this up here. Oh, there we go. Okay. So, and that's it. I'm just putting in the owner's equity, which is the 28. Okay. 95. Okay. I'm where you are. Sorry.
okay, so perfect. Now that we've placed all of our main accounts in here and we totaled up our debits and credits, this just validates that our ending equity again with that when we entered it in as a credit for the 28, it makes the whole thing balance. So that is our goal here, because when we closed our whole entire closing up process, we got rid of our income and as well as our expenses. So now it's only equity, and here we are. We match 100%. They are equal on both sides, and that is how you do the books for a company. All right. So if you'd like to continue this further on, you can, for your self practices only. I don't have a scenario for the following month. Again, you can come up with whatever scenario that you feel comfortable with if you'd like to mess around with this. But this is a perfect example of how to close out your books properly, okay? So every step, again, this is the, I do have another example, but it's only if you extremely want it and need it. But in this case, this is what I want you to, guys, focus primarily on, because let me see, it is 10 questions, like closing up and wrapping up your books, doing the trial balance, doing the income statement, the balance sheet, as well as doing the statement of equity. You're going to close out the books, and you're going to properly close out your equity account. Close out your income summary to equity. So right there is all going to be 10 questions. Is just the closing process on its own. Or I'm sorry, the last steps of the accounting cycle. So steps 5 through 10. Okay? So make sure that you utilize this. Again, the videos should be up tonight, and use this as your guideline to be able to process this section here. So again, yay, we are finally done with Coffee Cafe.